I want to talk about genre in TTRPGs, and not the subject matter setting genre, not cyberpunk, sci-fi, high fantasy, low fantasy, sword and sorcery, and not that kind of genre. I'm talking about the rules genre. What does the rules system generally fall into, and how do we think about those kinds of rules systems? And to frame this discussion, I'm going to borrow the classification system that the Titterpig Discord server uses. I'll link them below. You should go join if you want to learn more about non-D&D games. It's a fantastic community full of people that want to help you learn new games and play them your way. And they break TTRPGs down into 4 different categories, powered by the Apocalypse/story games, including Cortex and Lumen, OSR/NSR, esoteric games, which is basically it doesn't fit the other 3 categories, so it goes here, and then traditional games, short TRAD games. Good examples of the TRAD category would be Pathfinder, Savage Worlds, D&D 5e, those kinds of games. And genre discussions are so fascinating to me. They are often as objective as they are subjective. Genres can be extremely pedantic into how we define them, but I want to offer up a way of classifying TRAD game, because it doesn't just have to be D20. It doesn't just have to be, a dungeon crawler or high fantasy. You can have traditional games in all kinds of settings and exact, dice roll mechanics and stuff. You don't even need dice to play a traditional game. But I think what you do need are NPC stat blocks. What got me thinking about this is I was watching a fantastic video from Roll4 Initiative, Roll numeral 4 Initiative, about the new NPC Core Pathfinder 2 ebook. And it sounds super helpful to be able to reference stat blocks for NPCs at any point in time. It's like, oh crap, my players are dealing with a jail and now I need a warden stat block and I didn't have that prepared. I'm not going to be able to make one on the fly. Pathfinder's too complicated. Flip. Ooh, a warden. I can use this. It lets you focus on the personality, the quirks, the story of the NPC that you're about to deploy, and leave the mechanical bits and doodads to the book as a reference material, similar to how we use bestiaries. And as I was thinking, ooh, I hope they have a pocket edition so I can add it to my collection of PF2E materials, I also had the realization, oh, I wouldn't even want this book for something like Cyborg or Morkborg. I wouldn't need it, and I've never seen it used for things like Thirsty Sword Lesbians or Wanderhome. And it hit me that those kinds of supplements are fewer and farther between for these kinds of games, because they aren't these kinds of games. They aren't TRAD games. TRAD games want you to have crunchy, explicit mechanics for all of the things in your world. They are about verisimilitude and simulation of some sort of reality. Whereas games like these are far more in the loosey-goosey realm of this NPC is serving a game story purpose and I don't need it to do anything else. I don't need to know a deception modifier if I'm never going to have this person lie. So I think this is going to be my new go-to for how I define if a game is TRAD or not. But how do you define TRAD games? Let me know in the comments.